Hello everyone and welcome back. Today I just wanted to make this video to go over some news that has recently come out about PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, how that news will impact their dive into the esports scene, and to briefly touch on how Bluehole is managing their public relations recently. Now, in case you didn't know, starting on the 15th of July, Bluehole began accepting applications for their esports custom games access, which will last through the end of the month on the 31st. Now, this is important because not only can you practice your gun battles in custom matches where the stakes aren't as high as winning important gunfights at the end of ranked matches where you fought your way all throughout the game, but you can host games with your friends or strangers in tournaments. Now, Bluehole hasn't publicly said what all options are available within the custom game access mode, but from watching other players who do have access to custom maps, we do know that you can at least change the gun and armor types that are on the map, movement speed, team size, the time in between the circles, and the circle closing speed. Now, that's all well and good, but it doesn't help you much if you don't actually have access to custom games. So they've laid out some rules on the forums to help you in your application process. You have to be at least a community of 500 plus members, or an official esports organization, or a tournament organizer, or a production company. And they have listed that if you are a community of less than 500, you still can apply, but you do need to provide metrics of growth in order to be considered for access. Now, really the only other hurdle that needs to be crossed after that is that you have to have an established platform for communication other than social media, such as a website, forum, or subreddit. Since there are already a lot of people on Reddit, it wouldn't be too difficult to get 500 people at least on a subreddit, and that would meet both criteria, and then you can go ahead and apply for esports custom games access. Now, let's say you've got your community, you applied for custom games, and you were accepted. Congrats, great job. Now is where they really clamp down and stop you from making any decisions for yourself. The first bit of restrictions are that participants must be allowed to stream their own perspective on their personal channels at all times. If you have any intention of prohibiting participants from streaming, you must contact Bluehole, and participants must be on at least a 180-second delay. Which I understand why people should be able to at least record their own perspective in case anything were to go awry and the moderator wasn't looking at the time, that you would have some proof to back up your claims. But even on a 5-minute delay, which would be 300 seconds, early on in the game, if somebody wants to wait that 5 minutes and give out information, that's valuable information as to the positioning or calling out where someone might be headed so that you could find them and kill them. And so next, there are no entry fees allowed, no cash prizes, and there is a limit of $1,000 on total material prizes for all events. You must send tournament overview and details to Bluehole at least 3 weeks in advance. You have to have a 2-week broadcast promotion across all social media channels, and you must grant moderator access in the broadcast to a Bluehole community team member for chat regulation, as well as serving as a public-facing figure. And yes, I get it, the game is in early access and custom games just came out, and Bluehole wants all the information and data that they can get to see what changes they need to make to their game to make the product better. But after already vetting the community through the application process, it really does feel like they're going out of their way to be much more painstaking and difficult about letting the community just use the product and see how it works and giving them feedback, because the community is usually really good about doing that. I really hope going forward in the future, Bluehole can be more lenient with their custom games, both in the application process and with using the actual product, just so that more people can continue to have access to the game while it's still being developed, and just make it better so we can continue to see the organic growth with the game that we've seen so far. Now, if you don't follow anything to do with Battlegrounds on social media, please allow me to fill you in on what's been going on recently. The large streamer DrDisRespect was just recently temporarily banned from the game after team killing one of his auto-matched players in a squad game when the 4 of them only found a 3-seated motorcycle to leave in. Now, that's fine if they want to temp ban him. He is a big name and a lot of people watch him play, and you don't want team killing being promoted all over the internet. Now, here's where I have a problem. PlayerUnknown then gets on his personal Twitter account to taunt DrDisRespect by saying if you break the rules in PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, no matter who you are, you're gonna have a bad time. DrDisRespect, not even refuting the ban, just being his normal character, says that he's going to roundhouse kick or chest kick PlayerUnknown. Now, after already having mixed his personal Twitter account in with the business of having banned someone's account, PlayerUnknown decides that he can't hang, saying that suggesting violence is the best way to solve a disagreement is just wrong, even if you are playing a character. I mean, come on. Does PlayerUnknown not realize he makes a game where the entire goal is to kill each other so that you can win the game? PlayerUnknown then backs this up with a sob story on Twitter about how he got his ass kicked in college, and how DrDisRespect's character jokingly saying that he was going to chest kick him could have brought up bad memories, triggered a panic attack, or had other consequences. PlayerUnknown really needs to change his personal Twitter to make it just that, personal, not an extension of your business where you take shots at people who you've already dished out punishments to. Especially to people who bring in a lot of viewers to your game, whether you like the character that they play on camera or not. It really would behoove Bluehole to invest in some public relations, since they are gaining a lot of traction and growing at a rapid pace, and up until this point, their public relations have been not that professional and shoddy at best. Thank you all for watching. Let me know in the comments below whether you agree or not with how the custom game access is being given out, and don't forget to subscribe.